The following is a Hoop Ball presentation.
Hoop Ballers! Welcome back to another episode and another edition of Today in Sports Betting. I'm your host, Devin Ellington, at DALE007 on Twitter. You can find us over at Hoopball Gaming on Twitter also. This is a hoop-ball.com presentation, hoop-ball.com. Go over there, check out all the content. I'd start with the free stuff. All the blurbs, transaction and injury news on the right-hand side for all you fantasy players. All the nightly news and stats. We've got different podcasts. Hoopball Celtics, Hoopball Mavericks, Hoopball Hawks, Hoopball Lakers, Hoopball Clippers. We got you covered. Pickups of the night articles, box score breakdowns. Everything you need to make this push into the playoffs. We've also got the premium content, Hoopball 360. For $12.99, you're going to get the fantasy pass. And all these are going to give you access to Discord servers, conversation banks with all of us. The wager pass, normally $9.99 alone itself a month. You get that in this $12.99 inclusion. We got about 8 or 9 different pros on the wager pass, 33 cents a day. The DFS pass, guys over there killing it. Mike Apotria, shout out over there. So I'd give it a roll. Take a peek-see. Definitely got to try the premium stuff out. We're going real quickly with our growth here. Really exponential. I want to talk about Manscaped real quick, and then I'm going to hop into the show. Today's show is going to be a little bit shorter. We are currently in the middle of about 60-mile-an-hour wind in Oklahoma. So I have no idea if or when my internet's going to crap out during this show or get ripped out of the side of my house. But I am going to get this show in. I'm going to try to do it quicker just for the sake of, safety and not knowing if my internet's going to last the whole time. It's gone in and out a couple times already this morning. So let's hope that Mother Nature cooperates with us, hoop ballers. So without further ado, let's talk about manscaped.com. You go over there, use promo code hoopball20, HOOPBALL20. You'll get free shipping and up to 20% off of your order. I recommend using it on the Weed Whacker or the Lawnmower 3.0 that just came out. Full electronic technology, LED light built in so you can get in all those dark crevices and cracks down below, down yonder. Weed Whacker, lithium battery, dual motors is going to be able to take care of your nose and your ear hairs without tugging or ripping them out. Real comfortable, easy gliding shave and trim job. There's the complete care kit that's going to have both of these items as well as some other stuff that I really, really like. I would recommend using your promo code and everything on said purchase. On that complete care kit. That's a good one. You're going to have a face scrub, shampoo, underwear, travel kit, all of it. Go use promo code HoopBall20 and get your lawn mowed. 20% off. It's a good deal. 20% off and free shipping. So, it's no secret, but March Madness technically starts today with the first four. Texas Southern, Mount St. Mary's is the teams that are going to be getting us going. Going to have tons and tons and tons of awesome little nuggets to go through. And we are going to break it down. So like I said, without further ado, we're going to be a little bit more brief today. I'm going to go ahead and get into some notes here. We're going to talk about them, talk about the games. Texas Southern and Mount St. Mary's starts at 4:10 p.m. Central Standard Time. On top of that, we got it as a pick'em, 133.5. Both teams shoot and allow less than an effective field goal percentage of 50%. I'm looking at what Texas Southern can do as far as generating steals. They're going to need to be able to do that. They're going to have to grab above their average of 40 rebounds a game. Like, they're going to have to control this game because Mount St. Mary's slows it down so much. There may not be a chance to get 40 rebounds with the type of offense that Mount St. Mary's plays. I also like that Texas Southern has an opponent average score margin of minus 3.5 points. And both teams hold opponents to very low shooting numbers, shooting percentages. And also, Mount St. Mary's averages the lowest amount of points per game of all the tournament teams at 63. 63 and some change. I think it was 63.4. And what Mount St. Mary's needs to do is to keep Texas Southern off of the offensive rebounds, because Texas Southern grabs 10 offensive rebounds per game as a team. They're seeing a downtick against Mount St. Mary's. They're seeing a downtick in just about all angles. Their offense is going to see some downticks, and they're going to have to do some things throughout this ball game really, really well. Texas Southern is, in order to win and to cover. So, gonna have to look at that steals and offensive glass department. That's going to be huge. I say it's huge, and Texas Southern's going to have to win. You're going to have to win the steals department. I've got a couple different leans on this one. I'm pretty sure I'm going to incorporate it into a play for the wager pass some which way. Texas Southern as a pick is something I really like. Just the level of ball they played throughout their whole Southland Conference tournament. They didn't ever really let up. Mount St. Mary's, good defense, obvious, but just without any offense. And Texas Southern is going to have they're going to have to get it going too, but I think that one team's set up better than the other. Under 133.5 is probably where my strongest opinion is on this game so far. I'm really into the under with the defenses that these two teams play and the type of offense Mount St. Mary's has. So that's where I'm looking at on our first four game. Really into it. I want to talk about Drake, Wichita State next. This game opened as a +2 underdog Drake team. Wichita State being a 2-point favorite. It's now flipped to -2 to the Drake side. I caught it on the swing. I got Drake as a pick. I really liked that. I took Drake as a pick. Wichita State going up against their old conference, the Missouri Valley. Wichita State played in the weaker American Athletic Conference, the AAC. So, their numbers I think are a little inflated. They've been beating up on some teams that, I mean, the AAC is just pretty bad. Same with Houston. I'm looking for Houston to get bounced early in this tournament. And they look great and all, but when you break down the numbers and look at who they beat up on, it's just not really close at all. And you could say the same about Drake with the Missouri Valley Conference, but they had some battles. They had some battles with Loyola. They had some battles with Southern Illinois. They've had some battles with Illinois State. In Wichita State, you put them back in the Missouri Valley Conference, I think they probably do just as good as what they're doing in the AAC right now. The Missouri Valley is top heavy, and then those three top heavy teams, they can beat up on each other very easily. And I think Drake is at the same tier level of Wichita State, even though they're in two different conferences, one smaller, one bigger. But Drake's defense is what's going to do it for me and why I'm going with them. They started the season as 19-0. They've had their fair share of winning. Yasufu for Drake is going to have a huge game. He's going to have to get close to a double-double for him. And this game's at 5:27 Central Standard Time. Over under 141. I've got no opinion on the total, but I do like a Drake pick here. And then I'm going to talk about, real briefly, NC State Davidson. This one actually, we won't talk about it too much. This is a complete punt, really, for me. There's going to be so much other stuff going on at 6 o'clock. There is going to be that Drake Wichita State game going on. I'm going to be probably handicapping for Friday. So this NC State Davidson game, not really doing too much for me. If I was going to lay any which way, I would probably go -1.5 for Davidson, just because they're healthier. But NC State being out of the ACC, they got a couple good wins there later in the year, and who knows, maybe they pull the upset off here. But +1.5 for NC State. Total 137.5. No big true opinion really from me. And then Appalachian State, Norfolk State. This is swelled to -3.5. And it opened at -1.5, so under a bucket. I really liked the one possession look. Now you got to get up to 3.5 or 4. And, it's, for me in this spot, Appalachian State or bust. Appalachian State as a 16 seed is, that's it's ridiculous. A little crazy. And I like to back them in this spot. And when I saw this number first open up, whenever it was the -1.5, I was like, ooh, wow, that's a good spot. I'm not going to claim it and say that I took it as soon as it opened, because I didn't. I wanted to look into it a little more, and I still just haven't really gotten into the digging that I wanted to do on the game. And now the line has shifted in a way that the value for me is a little bit gone. So I've kind of held off, digging into this game, and it's just going to be a game that I'm going to probably watch, because I like these two teams. They're going to become the sacrificial 16 seed, but, I like them. On True TV, 7:40 p.m. So make sure to catch an eye on this game. 133.5 coming down from the 135.5. So looking at maybe some defense to be played. Speaking of defense being played, let me talk about the last game on the slate real quick, because I think defense is going to be a heavy part of this game. And I can't pick a side, because I cannot figure Michigan State out as well as everyone else who handicaps. But it's hard not to back Tom Izzo in March in a play-in game. He seemingly wins these every time he's an 11 seed. They were an 11 seed in the play-in game a few years back and ended up making it to the Sweet 16, I think. They won a couple. 8:57 p.m. on TBS. Over under 135.5. I've got under 135.5. It's at 135 right now. UCLA, Michigan State. UCLA is still missing a guy. A big piece of their offense. It's at -2 right now for Michigan State. Like I said, I cannot play aside, but I am looking for Michigan State to win. I like Michigan State and Tom Izzo. They're going to play it and rely on defense. UCLA is going to have to play defense, and they're going to be down some key guys. Like I said, some key guys are going to be banged up, so the offensive output might be a little lessened. So that's the kind of stuff I'm looking for in this game. I'm going to look for selective shot taking and making, look at pace and tempo. I really think that this Michigan State team is going to be in the driver's seat. I do. I'm not betting it. And we've talked about it in the Discord chat. If you're not in there, you need to be. Get on premium. Get that hoop ball 360 or that wager pass. Jump in the premium and let us know. Just let us know what you're thinking. What the people of the Discord are thinking is that it sucks handicapping the Spartans, but it's so hard to back or go against Tom Izzo in March. So, very tough stuff. Real quickly, I just want to throw a few games out for tomorrow, some of the earlier ones, just to get a heads up on and talk about them briefly. And also just kind of start showing y'all where my process is going to probably take us. I'm trying to aim for hitting for 65% in this tournament. That it's my goal. I think that'll help me win a couple different contests. That will help me gain some credibility. So really looking at making some smart plays here. I skipped over the Southern Methodist Boise State game. Just to keep it short, I do like Boise State. They are seeing some major downticks, but they're also going to be able to put Southern Methodist in a downtick scenario. And Southern Methodist, I think they're going to have a problem overcoming the downticks a little bit more than what Boise State is. So real shortly, I like Boise State in that game. For tomorrow, I'm just going to throw these out there. I've got under 132 in the Utah State-Texas Tech game. Two of the top 5 defenses in all of the land going against each other. Sure, I know both teams can score, but this is March we're talking about. This is Chris Beard. I look for a downtick of offensive pace. So that's kind of where I'm leaning on that. Virginia Tech, Florida. I got a Va-Tech pick 'em. I think Va-Tech is a good 10 seed. 10 seed probably a little too low for them. But Florida, they've won their last 7 first-round games. So watch out for them. This could be a really, really fun matchup. This is 11:15 in the morning. CBS, first game. Going to get us going nice and early. 11:15, 12:15, 2:30. Couple of teams that I'm really looking to back, but I'm not really looking to play these games. Illinois is a 22.5 point favorite against Drexel. Illinois, I'm going to be picking them. Colgate, Arkansas -8.5. Colgate's a good team, like I said, but all they did was beat up on Loyola, Maryland, and Army all year. Those were like the only teams they played. So Arkansas obviously going to win and advance here, in my opinion. Baylor and Hartford. Baylor, number 1 seed. Obviously, Hartford being the 16th seed. So not a lot of betting angles for me on that. Those are just going to be my March Madness games that I'm going to be watching. Arkansas, Illinois, Baylor. If you want to put together a juicy money line parlay, it's going to be ridiculous, but just for insurance sake, you'll be able to get that money back. So you know, I think that's all the digging on Friday I'm going to do. Tomorrow is going to be an interesting day. I'm going to wake up early. I'm going to start recording. I'll probably do a couple different recordings. There might be a couple different shows just because I want to simulcast. Tomorrow's going to be crazy. I would like to maybe do a live show. It's going to be bonkers. It's going to be bonkers. So stay tuned. I've got my Wager Pass plays coming in for tonight. Gonna have to get those in and loaded. And we got some games to go over tonight. There's still NBA action, but tonight is gonna be March Madness, baby. It's all March Madness. All of it. So keep an eye and multiple ears out. Keep your ears out. All right, so we've had really good luck with the show, with the wind and Mother Nature and the internet and such. So let me just try to go ahead and get this wrapped up for y'all and get it rolling, because I don't want it to go ahead and crap out here at the very end. This wind is very aggressive, and if I step outside, I'll probably turn into Mary Poppins. So I'm going to be flying away. But with all that said, I'm glad I was able to get on here and it hold up and me be able to get these games picked and talked about for tonight. Preview some stuff for yesterday or tomorrow. Speaking of yesterday, Wager Pass did go 2-1. My Wager Pass picks went 2-1. I had a plus 110 money line underdog winner in Western Kentucky. Took them +2 also. So there's plus 2.1 units between those two bets. And then we lost on the Toledo pick, so minus 1.1. So I went up a unit last night, 2-1 for +1. So, 50% +1 unit. That's those are my goals each and every day. So, well, obviously to win every pick, but realistic measures. Gotta be at that 50 to 51% mark every day. Preferably higher, but if you go lower than that, you're gonna be in trouble. So, alrighty then, let's send it on out of here. I'm sending you all of my good vibes and all of my good energies as always. Let's make sure to be safe out there today. Let's do something kind, something positive. Let's make sure to spread some love to some people. And let's make sure to accept some love and accept some kindness. You can only put out what you accept. Ipso facto, it's a mirror. So, with that being said, I will see y'all on the next one. I'm looking forward to it. Y'all make sure to be safe out there, and we'll hear from you very, very soon. You'll hear from me very, very soon, and we'll hear from each other. So, with that, I bid you adieu, and happy March Madness!
This has been a Hoop Ball presentation.